Going.
1 down, 15 wins to go. The New York Rangers take care of business in round one, game one against the Washington Capitals by a final score of 4-1. This was exactly what you wanted as a New York Ranger fan, a nice stress-free hockey game, 3 straight goals in the second period. Capitals bounced back with 1 goal, but then the Rangers put the icing on the cake with a Chris Kreider breakaway. Haven't seen too many of those this season. A lot of those were misses. We put all eyes on that one. Questions. And, of course, obviously, if you want to call in, we'll post the link as well. Joe, how's it going, man? Big win. Big win. Great start to the playoffs.
Dude, I feel like at the beginning of the game, it was a little I'd say nerves were kind of going through both teams. I'd say that, you know, each of the teams were standoffish and kind of like you were saying, like trying to get a little bit of a feeling out process. But then I feel like the biggest thing in this game, dude, was the fourth line, was unbelievable. The same as the third line. I don't think the third line, they're not going to get like any recognition really as far as stats, but they possessed the puck really well. And again, I think they were good. The first line wasn't great, but if you can get other lines to step up, and you don't really need all 4 lines going. And then I thought defensively they were great. Goaltending was good. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The bottom 6 stepped up in a big way. Even Kakko had the one, like the comment said, out he went off the post. Fourth line was excellent. I mean, Matt Rempe, we've been talking about it all like the last couple months, ever since Rempe mania, I guess if you want to call it, began. Of what would happen if he scored the first goal, the possibility of him scoring the first goal, Barkley or Goodrow or Matt Rempe scoring the first goal, and it was Matt Rempe. It was awesome to see. He had some Rempe chance. It didn't last completely until his next shift. That was something that we were wondering how long the Rempe chance would last. But it was awesome. It was a great game. Again, just the fact that this team is better than the Capitals in basically every facet you can think of. They needed to come out and just dominate. Just come out, play a stress-free hockey game, not walk out of there with a 3-2, barely winning the game or anything like that. Obviously, you couldn't afford to lose game one. And even two, where you jump out to the early 3-0 lead. The Capitals ended up getting that goal back. They ended up going on the power play. A lot of times you'd see during the regular season, the Rangers end up letting another goal, and it would be 3-2 or something like that. They would let them crawl back into the game, and you got to give credit to the Rangers. They didn't let the Capitals do that. They got off to the early lead, stuck with that lead, or got off to the lead in the second period, kept it going, kept their foot on the gas, and you give them a ton of credit, because one of the knocks on this team has been the fact that they would get up to a 3-0, 2-0 lead, let the other team back into it, and then fight back late. That didn't happen today. They kept their foot on the gas, so it was great. Great win. What was your impression just on the way that they were able to obviously keep it going?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they were trying to obviously get out to that early jump. And like I said, both the teams were kind of like the filling out process. And then once they kind of took control of the game, I feel like it was pretty evident that they were just going to stop them in the neutral zone, don't let up any odd man rushes, and just kind of bear down and play good defense. Because I feel like once you get that 3-2 goal lead late in the third period, middle of third period, you're not going to see them taking chances. You're going to just, like I said, clog the neutral zone, make sure you're not giving up any odd man rushes, and just clearing out in front of Igor. And I think it was a perfect game.
Yeah, 0 odd man rushes, and even Alex Ovechkin, who is storied career dominant. Yeah, was invisible. He didn't have a shot, and I think it was the first time he didn't have an actual official registered shot on goal since, forget, it was a playoff series against the Penguins when they lost 3-1. I forget the exact year or game it was, but it's the first time in a while. He was non-existent. they shut them down. And just a ton of credit goes to them. And also a ton of credit goes to Igor Shesterkin. He went out there, didn't have to do too much, but made the saves he needed to make. The Capitals didn't put a ton of pressure on him for a while there to start the second period. It felt like, or the third period, I believe it was. The Rangers had what? I think it was when the Capitals had really a shot on third period until late. The Rangers were pretty dominant. I think they started out the period with like 6 shots on goal to nothing. So they were able to put a lot of consistent pressure. Capitals really only had that one where they scored, then they had the power play, that only one stretch where they had 2 good shifts. They got into the power play. But other than that, the Rangers did a really good job in their own zone. They didn't let Washington get many of those grade A chances, didn't let Washington in their zone a whole lot. And yeah, 20 saves on 21 shots. What was your impression from Igor?
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like he didn't really have to face anything too difficult, but I feel like when they needed a save, he made one. I don't think the Capitals had many great chances, but I thought like I said, he was solid, and you maybe get a little nervous if how the play was going earlier in the game where the Capitals weren't getting anything. You maybe thought like, all right, he's not getting tested at all. Something weak or fluky could go in, but even they weren't really giving them a chance to even like shoot the puck. So like I feel like there was not only any chances where you could even get like a fluky goal, but yeah, he was awesome. I mean, just obviously that goal, a little bit of a defensive breakdown. I don't blame him at all. Obviously, Zibanejad could have gotten Ferravari's stick, but you can't really complain. You give 1 goal, so. But yeah, he was awesome.
He does
and I
this.
think, yeah, I'm just saying if he continues to just play in his game, he doesn't need to be too like doesn't need to be like Hank. I feel like with this team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Lundqvist in some of those playoff runs had to like carry, and I feel like he can kind of sit back a little and just do his job.
Yeah, it feels like this is the first Ranger team in a while. It feels that they don't need to get bailed out by a goaltender, because even you saw sometimes during the 2022 run, they needed to be bailed out by Igor at times. This isn't the case. And if he gives you this performance every single night, the Rangers are going to win 16 games or 15 more. Question here. Do you think the guys did well adjusting to the lefty goalie? I thought so. I thought Lindgren was solid again in the first period. I thought he did some good things, but I mean, once the Rempe goal went in, it just the crowd erupted.
That was crazy. I mean, who would have thought he would have buried the first goal? That's insane, dude.
Yeah, it was like that was the best case scenario because the crowd erupted. You had the Rempe chance. The fourth line just fed off of that energy. And then the guy that we've been talking about forever, what was he going to look like? Artemi Panarin. He goes out there and gets a goal as well after the Rempe goal. I think they were what? What was it? 23 seconds? Or
yeah, it was like
30
seconds apart.
Yeah, it's something 20-something seconds apart. And then he had Himmy Veezy putting one into the
Fishbowl legend. Fishbowl of the year.
Fishbowl award, Himmy Veezy. Yeah, I thought they did well. What was your impressions, I guess, on just some of the shots, the looks the Rangers were able to get? They had 31 shots attempted. Again, I think the first period was a lot of feeling out process. I thought Lindgren did some good things, but once they figured them out, I mean, they had 3 goals in what, about 2 minutes? So
yeah,
they started.
I mean, like, I feel like it wasn't like, I wouldn't say like a offensive dominance. You know what I mean? Like, I think they just kind of controlled the game, controlled the puck possession. Did get a lot of grade A chances to score, but I mean, they kind of like it's a dirty goal, like grinding behind the net, pass, and then backdoor, like getting the puck, grinding to it. Same as the second goal. Lafreniere, what a great play. I mean, unfortunate that they got a defenseman on the Capitals got hurt, but that was a really nice play. Like taking the guy's body, creating separation, getting it to Trocheck, getting it to Panarin. Obviously, he had a good shot. And then the third goal I thought was a little fluky. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what Lindgren was doing. It looked like he was like trying to shoulder it, but he like twisted in and it just like kind of went in. Like half the net was open, but hey, you take the goals you get. But yeah, no, I thought they were good. I didn't think Lindgren played great, but I also didn't really think he was like super tested. I feel like there wasn't chances where like holy shit, like they're peppering him or he's keeping him in the game. I feel like both sides were a little tentative with like shots, but at the end of the day, we got the win. And I was, like I said earlier, really impressed by the fourth line getting 2 goals.
Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate all the comments coming in. If you guys, anybody wants to call in, definitely call in. We'd love to have you on here. Discussing all things Rangers the rest of the way here. The third goal, it was interesting because it seemed like Washington wanted the call on Rempe. They were
Yeah,
complaining.
but he was just
They didn't.
dude, like he was just standing
Oh yeah, it
there.
wasn't. Yeah,
What?
but
What's he supposed to do?
they were
Not
complaining
stand?
about it. Mhm.
Yeah, I know. Farivari is, or I don't, not Farivari. I don't know who he had. Malachar. I don't know. It was like I think it was like the Russian dude. And he was like bitching, like
Yeah.
him, like dude, like literally, you just ran into him. He's bigger than you. Like I don't know, but a couple. What do you think about like some of the penalties early in the game? I feel like there was a couple like iffy penalties on both
Yeah.
sides, but
Yeah. Well,
I don't think
yeah.
there's any penalties
Mhm.
after what maybe like the middle of the third period, second period. So
Yeah, this says it here. The first penalty on Rempe I thought was dumb.
yeah, that was
I felt like it was kind of just
crazy.
targeting him. Did you feel like
Yeah,
that? It was like Rempe's first game. He's
dude, like how,
all the media around him with all the fights and stuff. It just, I don't know. It's the playoffs. That stuff should
how
go.
is yeah, but also how is that a charge? He was literally gliding.
I know.
Took
Yeah,
no st-
it felt like basketball
to the guy, which
charging.
was
What are we doing here?
and yeah, and then like the Rangers, they kind of gave the Rangers like a makeup call. I feel like there was a call, maybe it was a hold in the corner on Cooley. That wasn't a penalty, but they
Yeah.
were a little sporadic with the whistles. I feel like with the penalties, but then as the game went on, I think they kind of. I mean, you know what though? There wasn't many penalties where I was like, that was a penalty. There was not many like chances where I would even give the refs a chance to be in the game because there was not really many. I feel like penalties or like penalty type plays where you could call something, but it was physical though. I mean, freaking dude, Tom Wilson's a scumbag.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's
He's a piece of shit.
every time they were pushing and shoving, Thompson was he got up there in on the one stoppage of play. It's like just look up at the scoreboard, dude.
Yeah, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
I thought I it's really these on both sides where I seeing they messed up. I didn't think the refs were good. I know we're lagging a little. I think you got me?
Is it? Are you lagging or am I lagging?
I don't know. I don't know who's
'Cause
lagging. But
on
either
my
way, did
screen,
you hear
on
what I
my
said
screen,
about the refs?
you like lagged pretty early, but
Yeah. So my point about the refs was I thought there was a lot of missed calls. I think you could make the case there was maybe some missed calls on both ends, on both
yeah,
sides, not just with the Rangers. To me, it's just the playoffs. Let them play. I thought there was a lot of soft penalties that if it happened in the regular season, it happens, but it is what it is. I don't know. The Tom Wilson stuff too annoys me. I don't know if you caught that part of it, but it's he's pushing, shoving all this stuff, and it's look up at the
yeah. I
scoreboard,
mean,
3-1, 4-1.
he's. I mean, you know what he is. He's. Yes, I could take Dylan McGrath in a fight,
You
but
could beat him in a fight.
I mean, probably. I mean, he's like one of the biggest Rangers bust draft picks of all time. But yeah, no, Wilson is a little bit of an asshole. I mean, that's his game though. But you can get under his skin. You can. That's for sure. You can get under that guy's skin.
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah, it was. I just They said it on the. Were you watching MSG?
Yeah.
MSG, yeah. I know they were saying on the ESPN broadcast a couple of times. He's just. I mean, I had it on MSG, but he's just saying he's just so hated. Like there is not a single soul outside of Capitals fans that I think like Tom Wilson. Like if you're just either just a hockey fan or a non-Capitals fan, you
Yeah.
cannot.
I
There's
mean,
no chance anybody likes that guy. He's so unlikable.
he's an aggressive player. I mean, he's a good player to have in your team, but not somebody you
Yeah,
want to play against. But I
yeah.
mean, I get a kind of a kick out of it though when you can see him getting like someone's under his skin and he gets mad. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of I love to see that, but also maybe not because if he gets a little mad, maybe cheap shots.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Did you see Heedle's practicing again? Do we think Heedle plays this series? I think so.
I think he's gonna play next game for
You better play what game 4 because I predicted in the score. Was it game 4 or game 3? I had him scoring.
No, I think a game 4.
Game 4. He better play at least
I
game 4.
I
I
think
think
he's
he'll play
coming.
next
I
game.
think I think he's coming in for Roslovic. I didn't think I thought that line was bad. I mean,
Nah, yeah. Even they left the one goal too. The one goal was the first line.
yeah, they scored at the end of the game, but like for most of that game, they're very
Yeah.
invisible. Same as Roslovic. Like at least Kreider and Zibanejad kill penalties and play power play. Dude, like I didn't even notice Roslovic. He's fast, but
Yeah.
he's so small. You can push him off the puck.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have Filipino.
Roslovic, it felt a lot like he was going to be maybe your Frankie Vitrano, and he just hasn't turned. He has not been anywhere near that. Hasn't been anywhere close to it,
I mean,
unfortunately.
granted, they didn't give like too much for him, but still, I
No.
feel like, yeah, I feel like he's going to be the next guy to come out for when Filipino's ready, which is hopefully, I hope by game 4. I'm hoping for
Yeah.
next game, but maybe they don't want to really touch anything. Like they had a good win, they don't want to really tinker with the lineup, and maybe he comes in when they lose a game. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
possible, but I think eventually, when he's ready, he'll come in for Roslovic.
Yeah. Yeah. Defensively, I actually thought Keandre Miller had a solid game today. What was your thoughts on? Thought he had a
Yeah,
couple
I mean,
nice, broke a couple passes, got into lanes. I thought he looked good. I feel like Miller. Ever since the deadline, I feel like when I remember us talking about how him and Mika, it was like go time. You have
yeah.
better. There's no going line past all that stuff. I feel like he's Miller.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is about like Miller is he was not off to a great start, I'd say, and him and Truba were very up and down. And I think a big factor, honestly, is I really, really love the pairings. Like I love him
Yeah,
with Schneider. Like he works
Schneider.
very
Yeah.
well together. They complement each other really well. Schneider, I love Schneider. I think Schneider's really growing on me. I think he's going to be a great defenseman. Not going to put up great numbers, but I think he's gonna be like a Jacob Trouba type player, where he's tough,
Yeah.
he's good defensively, he'll block shots. Every once in a while, he can jump in the play, make a nice offensive rush. But yeah, I really like. I love those two pairs. I think they're awesome. And then if you look at the third pair, I think they've been fine. I think Trouba's been better with Gustafson. So
Yeah. Yeah. Schneider, I think, does have some offensive upside to him. Like he's shown some, I guess, I don't know, potential or bright spots on the offensive end. Um, Early in the season,
yeah,
had that one goal against Toronto. He's solid. He's a good young player. He's getting better. Him and Miller have definitely worked well together. I thought the what I mean, what was your impression? I guess going back to the rest for a second with Trocheck, that one penalty was just unlucky. The one behind the net where I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
What was your? I think it gets to where some of them soft, but he was the PK was good, but he was in the box. I guess 3 times.
who
Trocheck,
was he?
yeah,
He took 3 penalties.
Trocheck, I
I
believe
thought
so.
only, thought he only took the one. He took the
Oh,
slash.
Trocheck,
What was the other ones?
or maybe he only took 2. He was in the penalty twice. He had the slashing and in the one behind the net. The
Oh, the tripping one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
tripping,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, it was 2. It was 2.
So I apologize. It was 2. It wasn't 3. So we were both wrong. But
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
So
I mean that
it is what it is.
I think that you have some things I guess you can work on, but yeah, for the most part, I think they kind of just played what you want them to do. Go up, get a lead, and just kind of not sit back, but play a hard trap in the neutral zone. So
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what they need to do every game this series. A
Yep.
team that has no speed, no special teams. That's all you got to do. Get a lead and just play tight in the neutral zone. So,
Early in the
what would you?
game. Yeah, what was you gonna say?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, you can go.
Early in the game, talk about special teams. The Rangers were giving the Capitals a couple, they
Yeah,
gave them a couple power plays early on. Just shows you how much the Capitals, um early in the game, they were giving them opportunities and the PK was stepping up. So it just shows you there another advantage that the Rangers have, of course, on the special teams. And something that really was evident in this game because the Capitals had plenty of chances. They were 0 for 4 on the power play. So, the Rangers PK'd all those, and some of them were calls that you can understand. Some of them were bad calls, but either way. What were you
Yeah, I
gonna
don't.
ask? What was the question?
No, I was just gonna say early in that period, obviously we're talking about where those penalties were a little fluky, but I'd say for the Rangers power play, because we didn't really mention that.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was decent. I just think obviously they didn't really get anything in that first one or two power plays they had, but I thought they moved the puck well. And I think that's kind of crucial to in future games get that goal on the power play, get the power play going because power play can kind of carry through series. But hey, 4, 5, and 5 goals this game.
Yeah.
That's the knock that we've been having on the Rangers. People have been saying power play game one, you get 4 goals, all 5 and 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I thought the first power play, I believe it was the first power play they had. Mika, I thought, passed up a good shot opportunity to try and get it to Kreider for the tip. And I know Kreider was open, but I felt they were being maybe a little too fancy on the power play and a little too much passing, not enough shooting. I thought specifically for Mika, but look, this time last year we were talking about a 5-1 victory over the Devils, and how many? What was it? 3 power plays?
In like goals
Yeah,
or in game one?
yeah.
No, they scored
Was it
2. It
3?
was both Kreider.
2? And then we were,
They
and then
scored 4 in the first 2 games in all Kreider.
yeah, and then they
They scored
disappeared.
they scored a third one, I guess, in the game one, but it got waved off for a high stick, and then like Lindgren scored
Mhm.
right after.
Yeah, so you go from that to, and that's been something that the Range, as much as people call them power play merchants and all that stuff, that's been something that they've been a lot better with this year. Even when their power play was struggling, kind of during that stretch coming out of January where their power play wasn't playing well, the Rangers were finding ways to win. Not in January, but after that, they were finding ways to win,
Yeah.
and they were doing it without play. Today, play went 0 for 2. Thought they were a little too pass heavy, but all 5-on-5 goals, exactly what you want from a team that, in a way, lives and dies by the 3, lives and dies by the power play. So
Yeah.
it's major improvement. This was, I think, one of the better playoff games the Rangers have played. It was a convincing game 1 win. Not over, it wasn't. They didn't take 3 power play goals. It didn't take a comeback. It was just a win, 3-0. Didn't look back. Exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. Like, get a game where like you were saying, the Rangers come back or 1 goal
No
games. Like
stress.
they give us a little. Like I feel like after that third period or second period, it was like, all right, they're gonna win this game, and we're gonna sit back and just play great defense in this third period, and they did. So a lot of confidence though. Like I said, especially because
Yeah.
granted it's the Capitals, so you're not expecting them to go in these big scoring like get like bunches of goals, but I feel like it's good to see them get a lead and then defend it. Kind of show like that's really important in the playoffs. Sitting on leads. So
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you think that
If you
you
can
think
score
they're
3 or more
I
goals
was,
against the
was gonna say
Capitals, they're going to win all these games.
that's true. You think maybe like I don't know if it's early. I'm not sure if he's actually this. I could be way off on this, but is Kemper the backup goalie still?
Yeah. Yeah. Charlie Lindgren kind of stole the job from him middle of the year.
But is he backing up? Like was he the backup on the bench?
Who? Darcy Kemper? I believe so.
Darcy Kemper, yeah. You think he plays, or it's
I
way too
believe I
like? I'm saying, do you think he plays next
game.
game? Or if he loses 1 and 2, would
No.
they bring in Kemper?
Maybe if he loses 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Maybe like look, if the Rangers go out there and win 4-1 and they go down 2-0 back to home,
yeah,
maybe they switch it up because that's 8 goals in 2 games. Especially all 5-on-5 goals too, Wasn't like these were power plays
yeah.
like we mentioned, so
I mean, it's just
but
it's nice to see
maybe.
that. It's nice to see us kind of like getting to this game where there was like nothing, and we don't want the maybe we do want Lindgren playing all the games because what happened last year is we kind of knocked
Yeah.
around what's his face, Vanacek, and then they threw
Vanacek.
Schmidt in. So you keep lingering in the whole series, but you think it was it's always weird though watching
Yeah.
a righty catching goalie, right? Doesn't it look like really awkward?
It's an adjustment.
It's so weird.
Yeah, with
It,
his
it,
yeah, his stick in his left hand and his
oh,
glove in his
dude, like
right.
maybe it's kind of like the same thing with like quarterbacks. Like Tua looks
Yeah,
so
like a lefty
weird.
quarterback or a
Yeah,
lefty catcher.
dude, your internet is buns.
Yeah.
Holy
But
shit.
any closing thoughts before we
Closing thought is we need to get better internet, Bubs. It's just, dude, it's just frozen. Oh,
all right. I think are we lagging? I think we're lagging.
you're lagging. I think. I don't
Can
think
you
I
hear me?
am. Yeah, I can hear you
I'm
now.
lagging.
But like,
Yeah, I think I'm lagging. My
right,
internet's
right.
terrible. Either we're almost ending it anyway. But any other closing thoughts? That's all I had to get out before my lag.
Yeah, and I mean just copy and paste. Copy and paste
Yeah.
next couple games, and maybe we see
Good way to
Heedle.
put it. Does Rempe score game 2?
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
2. Maybe gets 2.
Rempe in game 2.
You think they trust Rempe in overtime?
Uh yeah, why not? I mean, we shouldn't. When do you think this team would get to over second? Yeah, second round would be the earliest.
Yeah, I guess I don't think I think
There is
I
no
would say
chance one of these games goes to
listen,
overtime.
it's one game. It's like we're not calling the
Yeah,
series, but
no,
this is gonna be over in 4 to 5 games.
it should be. It should be. This is exactly what you wanted. Like you said, copy and paste.
Yeah,
4-1 next game.
it's literally gonna be super quick. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like they just don't have the playmakers. You know what I mean?
hmm Yeah, I mean, Ovi's washed. When they don't have Ovi, TJ Oshie was kind of
I mean, he didn't
not
do
existent.
anything. All
No,
of them were. I mean, like I thought. You know what? For as
Oshie
much
had no shots on goal either. There was none of them had any real shots actually registered on goal.
for
None of
as
them did.
much listen for as much shit we've been giving
Even
Wilson.
Dylan Strome, he had
For as
one
much shit,
shot on goal.
listen, yeah, for the much like obviously we're like shitting on Wilson. He's like a little bit dirty, but like he was the only player on that team that stood out.
Who was that? Tom Wilson? Yeah.
Yeah, just Tom Wilson.
Yeah.
Nobody else showed up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
like
was. Yeah. I mean, they shut him down.
Wilson's a great like player to have like as a compliment. Like you can't have him be like your driver or your go-to
Yeah.
guy.
Matt Rempe had more offensive production than Ovechkin, Strome, Oshie, all of them combined.
I thought Wilson got. Did we? Or you didn't say Wilson. I think
No.
Wilson might have got an assist though.
Now
But you were
Tom
talking.
Wilson showed up. I mean, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah. That
But
first line, the Wilson, or not. Maybe Wilson played with the Ovechkin and Strome, but the Strome and Ovechkin line, if it wasn't with Wilson, was horrible. But Matt Rempe's got more goals in the playoffs this year than Austin Matthews, Mitch
yeah.
Marner, Brad Marchand, Nikita Kucherov,
What did I say?
Braden
Leafs
Point,
are not winning.
or wait, maybe Braden Point scored. No, I think Stamkos and I don't know who tied the game, but he's got more points than those guys. Yeah.
I think
Wait, what was the first game? It was Islanders Hurricanes, right?
dude, if you're not a fan of those two teams, that game would put you to sleep.
Dude, yeah, I
Those
like
two
tried.
teams, they are so just
I
boring.
tried watching it, dude. I was like, I'm not watching this
No,
garbage hockey.
no,
Like
they,
they both play the most boring hockey.
they do. It is just it's so boring. You know it's boring when Evgeny Kuznetsov is the first scorer.
You know what
First
though?
star.
The only thing is like, yeah, that game was close. I feel like there hasn't been a great game so far.
Like yeah, there hasn't been. There
I
hasn't been. You
mean,
know what we haven't had? We haven't had one of those like 5-4 just crazy back and
it's been
forth
tight.
games.
It's been super tight, low scoring. But like
Yeah,
first game, it was 2-1, but like the game itself kind of sucked. The
yeah.
second game was a blowout. The Bruins destroyed them. The game this morning, they were up 3-1, and then like the Lightning scored like with like 10 seconds left, so it
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
really
the
that
Stamkos on the
close.
power play.
It was close-ish. I mean, that was probably the best game they've had so far, and then the Rangers game was a blowout.
Yeah, yeah. Rangers game was done. 4-1's blow. I think. What do we think? Maybe the best game is does Nashville, Vancouver. I don't know. I know Colorado, Winnipeg, of course, but maybe Nashville, Vancouver.
What's the games today? The two
It's
games.
Avs, Winnipeg, and then Nashville, Vancouver, and then tomorrow starts Vegas, Dallas. So
That should
maybe you
be a
get a
good
good one there.
series. Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with blowouts as a fan, but as like an outsider watching it, you want those close games.
Listen, dude.
Just keep blowing them out. Copy paste.
One down,
15 to go.
15 to go.
And then
One
on
at a time.
Tuesday, hopefully it's two
Put the
down, 15 to 14 to
we'll
go.
we'll put the puck into the like the
Yes.
whatever it is, the Stanley Cup poster. Each puck.
Yep.
One down.
We gotta
I guess
get
let's
one of
let's
those.
let's not look too far ahead. One down,
One down, 15
three
to
to
go.
go. Three to go. We'll just say three for now. Three.
That's fair. That's fair. Three
It's
to go, one down, 3-2. Step
baby
by
steps.
step, shift by shift,
Baby steps.
second by second, pass by pass, shot by shot. I'm somehow getting larger, but you get it.
Dude, I just cannot get it. I can't that's insane that Matt Rempe scored.
Yeah, or the
That's
first goal.
insane. I
We've
can't
been
get
joking
dude.
about it for months, and here he is actually scoring the first goal. All we needed was Barclay Goodrow. If Barclay Goodrow, Matt Rempe, and Himmy Veazey all scored, oh my god! I mean, the script
That
writers.
dude, like my God. I mean, the Garden was going nuts. Like even more nuts, I think, than when like Josh Hart knocked a couple of those big threes down yesterday.
Yeah.
But like it's crazy. But fourth line was great.
Mm-hmm.
Third line was great. Like I said, they didn't really do anything on the stat sheet, but they were great.
Yep.
I thought the
Kako almost had one.
first line, like I said, we were saying wasn't great. Yeah, Kako hit the post. That was a great play
Yeah.
by him too. Stepped
Yeah.
up, poked it from the blue line, and just barely missed. He had a couple great chances, so he played well. Same as Cooley and Wenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
Wenberg
Wenberg's
played
so
well.
like sneaky good.
He's very like he's not fast, but he's just like always in the right spot.
Yeah.
And he's got a good stick, really good
He's
stick.
exactly what you need. Yep. Very good stick. Can get pucks in, can get pucks out. Exactly what you need in a third line center. While Roslovic really hasn't worked out and Ruedel never plays, he's been a very good trade deadline piece. Now Ruedel was never supposed to play that much, but Roslovic hasn't done a whole lot. He's very good skater, but yeah, you kind of mentioned put a little undersized, and I don't know. The first line as a whole wasn't great, but hey, if you get Matt Rempe 15, does Matt Rempe score? We're talking Matt Rempe 4 goals maybe in 4 games here.
In one round, maybe,
Round?
dude. What if he just like
Matt Rempe?
what if he just buries two next game?
Are we thinking Matt Rempe, Conn Smythe?
I wonder
Is
what
it
the
too early?
you probably can't even bet on him.
No, probably not.
But dude, he's been awesome. I mean,
yeah,
like
and
the
and Panarin too.
the
It was
intensity
great to
that
see.
I'm just saying the intensity that Matt Rempe brings is just unmatched. I mean, it's so cool to see the fans react to the play. I've never seen nothing ever like this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Where the whole entire crowd is chanting the guy's name for like
it's
basically nothing.
Rempe
I mean,
mania.
like what he like wins a face off and they go nuts. It's like insane.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. He's not even he's a healthy scratch, and they're chanting his name.
they want like I've never seen
Yeah,
that where
they
like
want him.
he's like a fourth line player and they're like we want Rempe. It's insane. But I don't know. It's
Game 1 in the books.
it was a stress-free game. I mean, I was a little nervous
Stress-free game.
in the first period.
Always a
but,
little. I was a little nervous coming out of the first period because you mentioned it. I was worried that Igor was going to let up like a softie,
yeah,
and
the
then it
Rangers were
was
gonna
going to
get
be
desperate.
and in one of those games where it was just going to be like, oh, here we go,
But,
down 1-0 to the Washington Capitals at home.
you see all these like asshole like anti Ranger haters like like Biz, be like, "Oh, Rangers
Yeah.
should easy series, no way they lose." Yeah, no fucking way. I agree.
Yeah.
Great. It was like
Any
I said, great game.
closing thoughts?
I don't know. I just
He will be in
fired
the building
fired up.
Tuesday night.
We'll have boots on ground.
Boots on ground. Yeah.
We'll get. I'll give a bunch of videos up from it.
Yes. That'd be
Maybe I'll interview some Ranger fans.
interview some Rangers. Yeah. Promote the channel. Get it out there.
Like I'll get like I'll bring a sign. Be like follow Talking
Yeah.
Rangers.
Talking Rangers.
Maybe I'll get
And
on
then
like
when
Jumbotron.
Panarin hits a hat trick, throw it onto the ice.
I don't think I can reach from that far, but we'll try. We'll
Show
try.
off the cannon. It was great to see Panarin get one in the back of the net. That was awesome.
Early. Yep.
Early, yep. Get it out of the way, and now you're just smooth sailing from there.
Here's a
Hopefully.
prediction for next game. I think Panarin has 3 points plus.
For next game, what do we think? 2 goals and assist, or assist and 2 goals, or 3 goals?
I say it goes one goal
Hat-trick?
for it. One goal, maybe like 1 goal to 2 to 3 assists. So he gets like 4 points. I think he has a monster game.
Yeah, it feels like that goal for him was it's just a weight lifted off his shoulders over the last 2 years. He gets a goal out of the way early in game 1, and now you just cruise.
Just keep going. Keep going. Like
keep going. Copy and paste.
Let's fucking win this. 1 down, baby.
1 down, 15 to go.
Stress free. Listen, we got a stress free game tomorrow. Tomorrow we can be stress free. Just relax. Then for the Knicks fans, you'll be watching the Knicks game, and back out on Tuesday. I like the off days. I like you get to relax.
Yep.
It's a nice, easy day. Love the off days.
W on the off day.
Yeah.
Makes the Victory Monday.
Victory Monday. Yep.
Victory Monday.
It's what are we, the Jets?
Well, I mean, the Rangers win more on Sundays than the Jets do.
They definitely have more wins on Sundays this year than the Rangers or than the Jets do.
Yeah, they probably do.
Well, the Jets had what? We're getting sidetracked here, but the Jets had I think 6.
Yeah, something. Dude, I just saw somebody on Twitter, this Devils guy. He said, reminder that Jack Hughes owns the Rangers. Please. Oh my God. Living rent free.
That's that's only the only claim to fame was being they won the Stanley Cup last year though, so good for them.
Jack Hughes is good, yeah.
Want to hear a fun fact about Jack Hughes? You want to hear this?
People pay to watch him lose?
I mean, yeah, that, but also in playoff games, Jack Hughes and Igor Shesterkin, have the same amount of multi-point games.
Yeah. They all live in a rent-free in the head. I don't see the Devils on the schedule. They October.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. I
I
was looking down the
I was looking today. I couldn't find them.
I didn't see NJ Devils anywhere.
No.
They're probably
you know what I did see? A 4-1 Rangers win, and I saw Matt Rempe. First goal of the game.
His number is good. 73. It might be up at the Garden.
Dude, how about this though? The 3 stars of the game were Rempe 3rd star, Gaudreau 2nd star, VZ 1st star. I mean,
there's a 4th line.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Okay, man. Hey, listen, we've been 4th line guys, right?
Yeah, we haven't. We've called
Fishbowl,
it. We said either Fishbowl VZ.
Listen, listen. For the whole season, we've been Fishbowl VZ fans. Obviously, everybody loves Rempe.
Yep.
Listen, when everybody was counting Barclay Goodrow out,
we were here.
Who bet on him? Who said he was going to score in this game? I did, but he didn't.
He did.
But he was a huge impact in the game.
He had 2 assists.
What did he get? 2nd star?
Yeah, 2nd star.
Yeah. What a legend.
And then Himmy VZ, the man himself. Multi-point game.
Looks pretty sick without the chiclet.
Yeah. Great win.
Yeah, I'm fired up. Let's fucking go.
This is our year. Keep it going.
Are you nervous?
Game at a time.
Are you nervous if we go up 2-0?
Nah, if we win 4-1, you just keep it cruising. This team is not. This team just keep it going. Just keep smoking them.
We're not blowing into the 2-0 lead, right? No way.
No, and also that 2-0 lead, it was a lot different because that comes in at
we were saying at least the last one was all power plays.
Yeah, and also, well,
I think we can win the series easily without any power plays.
The 2-0 leads that this team have blown. One was all the power plays, and the other one was Eastern Conference Finals. They were worn down. They just played 2 games. They just played 2 7-game series. So this is different. This is
Like,
first
listen,
round, all the expectations. They came out, scored 4 or 5 on 5 goals. The fourth line was great. The first line didn't even show up and they still won. Usually when the first line doesn't show up in the playoffs, they don't win. They did it today. They won. So everything that the Rangers needed to do, they did today. I think if you're a Ranger fan, you've got to be fired up and you've got to be just feeling really, really confident about how the rest of this thing goes. If they got out of here with an overtime win or some comeback victory, while we would be very happy, we would also be, not skeptical, but this is exactly what you needed. Just a nice commanding 4-1, 3-1, 5-2 type of game, and they did that.
yeah, I mean, let's not do what the Lundqvist era teams did. They had to fight and grind in 6-7 game series.
Mm-hmm.
When you play a team that's inferior to you, you got to take them out. You got to step on the throat 4 or 5 games. I don't want to see the series going 6. I don't want to see 7. Let's take them out. Get that rest.
Yep.
I think rest is essential, especially in this part of the season. Obviously, you're going to be rusty. Maybe in the first game, but I think as the series progresses, you'll have a huge advantage. So
yeah,
let's get this quick. Let's get this over with.
When was the last time the Rangers actually won a series in 5? Was it? Do you have to go all the way back to the 2014, 2015 season? Didn't they beat Pittsburgh that year in 5?
Yep. They won in 5. That was the last time. I can't remember. And I have no idea when.
And then what? Didn't the other two go to 7 because they lost to Tampa in 7, and then didn't they beat what was it, Boston or Washington? Not Boston. What am I talking
about? 7.
Washington. Yeah,
they beat Washington. That was the one where they came back through one.
Yeah, that was the last time they played them.
Yeah, I think they lost. Yeah. I think they lost.
You got to go all the way back to 2015 to find this team last time they won a game in 5 or a series in 5.
I think they lost game 1 in 2015. So, I think winning game 1 is huge.
Yeah, winning game 1 is always big.
The way they won really makes me confident, especially because they didn't need the power play at all.
Yep, exactly. All right. Any closing thoughts?
No, just like
copy,
I said,
paste.
Copy and paste. Bring the same game, and maybe we see a little heat overturn. But I will be at the game, and I will be fucking buzzing.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. All right. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Make sure tune back in on Tuesday. Right after the game, we'll be back here recapping game number 2. Ideally, copy paste 4-1 again. That'd be great. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Let's go, Rangers.